those legs going. Climb for triangles. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, I really liked jiu-jitsu because it was like it taught me one thing that I thought was really important. It really just humbled me into becoming a really good person. But take care of yourself, and push yourself, and like be proud of yourself, and love yourself, and all that is important. And I think that's just being around great people. I mean, Impact, that whole culture over there really raised me. I mean, Tom and Michael really helped me make sure I wasn't stupid, or if I acted out of, if I said something, or they would make me like see myself in another way. And I mean, I've went through my wars in my own head, like, fed up, fuck this, why are you guys making me do this, why you guys want me to compete so bad, what the fuck, I don't want to do that, I'm partying. Like, I just didn't have it in me, and I didn't care. And it was like, I just saw this real dynamic change. It's like, some people really like to compete. I never did. I was fascinated by martial arts, period. Like, from the time I could pick up a stick. I mean,
yeah.
Like, I would just act like a kung fu guy. Like, watching the samurai movies or the Shogun, and like all that, like when my grandparents would watch these soap operas that was like Shogun, like a Japanese soap opera when I was a kid, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just remember, it's samurai, it's like, samurais, it's freaking badass, right? And my grandma's full Japanese, and I'm like, dude, like, I see these samurai swords on top of the liquor cabinet, this big nice liquor cabinet, these really nice swords, and I'm like, freaking, I'd wait for them to like not be around, and I'd go up there and steal the ninjas, the swords, and I'd go outside and had an orange tree, and I would chop the oranges in half out of the tree.
Oh, shit.
And like, I'd act like the movies, like I'd visualize attackers, and I thought in my head, by the time I was 6, I was already there. Like, I was lethal in my mind, And so I'd practice in my yard, and like, just growing up in Hawaii, I really got too severely beat up, but I mean, I took my lickings, and I made good friends, and some of my friends, we fought first, and we were friends later. It was like really cool like that. But I think what got me, you just wanted to be like that, tough. And then Bruce Lee, it was like, so it would have been like 94, 95. And we saw like the second UFC, or it was like right there. I just thought, like, so everybody trained something. I mean, we all started Kung Fu, and then, then it was Thai boxing. Everybody was into Thai boxing because it was just popular. There, Dennis Alexio was winning and doing stuff, and everybody was there. Just growing up in Hawaii, like, everybody's, like, it's fighting culture, like in Eva Beach, it was like, you're in school, it was, everybody fought. I mean, it was just part of your day to day. I mean, friends would, I did martial arts because of Bruce Lee, not Chuck Norris. I freaking wanted to be like Bruce Lee, even though I looked like Chuck Norris, gold hair and freaking all that, and I was like Bruce Lee. I watched everything. I did what he said. Like, 1,000 kicks a day, 1,000 punches a day, 1,000 sit-ups. I did all that. Wrote it down in a book. I studied kickboxing. I did all the, was just whatever I could get into. And my going down to the ground was kind of frowned upon. It was more up and up. Like, if you were in a fight in the street, it was like they'd stand you back up. I mean, there's nobody going to let you go on the ground, really. They don't want to see grappling. They'd break it up and make you fight from your feet. So, I mean, it didn't really click, grappling, you grapple just to get back up. I mean, you're not trying to be on the ground ever. So my Filipino friend Anthony Felipe, he's like, oh, Eric, bro, I gotta do this pancration fight, and he goes, I don't know how to kick or punch, he's like, you show me some stuff, or I think it was like something, he had something going on where he'd asked me to switch, hey, I'll show you some jiu-jitsu, and we're in his garage, he had little mats and little fold out mats, you know, and he's like, oh, just try to knock, you know, try to kickbox me, you know, try to knock me out or whatever, or punch me. And, you know, I hit him some good times, and, you know, he finally tripped me up, and I went down on my hands and knees, and he jumps on my back, and I was like, oh shit. And I just, you know, I'm like freaking oak tree, right? Just swing him off of me and just try to, like, you know, try to just freaking get him off, right? Just whoop, throw him off, right into an arm bar, you know. And I'm like, oh crap. And he's like, oh, when you feel it, just tap. And I'm like fucking telling me to tap? Well, why? Like, I don't think you gotta, I don't understand. I didn't understand the realm of tapping, like what that meant. Like I'm not fucking tapping in a fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period. I mean, you don't even think about it. Like in kickboxing, they don't teach you to tap or give up. You know what I mean? They teach you to kill unless you die, which losing is death, right? It's the worst thing in the world, losing. Fuck that, right? You gotta hate it and accept it when it happens. It's just what it is. But tapping, I didn't understand that concept, and I was still bitter. I was like, oh. And so we can do it again. He gets on me and almost puts me in an armbar, and I learn quick. I'm like, oh, pull my arm down, right? So he pulls this one, triangle, and I'm in a triangle, and I don't know what a triangle is. So I pick him up, right? And I'm thinking I'm gonna power slam him, but he's my friend, so I pick him up, and then he, like, back then they didn't make excuses for that shit. I mean, that was still like they're like, accept it. I mean, you know what? You power bomb me, it's my own fault if I hold on to fucking triangle, right? So like I picked him up, and he just jumped off of me, right? And then grabbed a double leg, and I'm kind of familiar with that. And that's when I kind of circled off and got him with a couple uppercuts, and then he went back like that, and he tried to kick my leg, you know, like the Gracie style. Yeah. And then that's when I started teeing off on him, and then he went, and we got in a thing where I'm trying to like keep him from grabbing me, and I fall down, trip up, and I'm like, shit. And that's all he needed was just a little trip up. And then it was just another scenario of me like not understanding, you know, this game. And I was just like, oh my God. And it was better that, because I was so confident in myself that I would have went and fought someone and like lost to a jiu-jitsu guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was good that my friend humbled me and showed me that this is actually effective. It's not a fluke, you know, on the TV. It's like, this is real. And I'm like, okay. So shortly after that, we were training, you know, I was just training wherever we could, where there wasn't very much, you know, going on. Helsing Gracie, and that was about it. I mean, you know, Matt Thornton he was there, there's nobody in there, and he basically gave me a consultation right there, because I kind of explained, you know, that I kind of did it, I tried it. Oh yeah,
you're good.
I kind of did it, I tried it, and I want to do this, and you know, he's like, okay. So we just ended up like kind of, you know, doing some stuff, and he's rolling me up, and man, he just beat me up. I mean, like, he put me in worse stuff than I was put in Hawaii. Like, I was like, holy crap, you know, this. I mean, he was really good, and I was like, okay, I'm in, you know. And he was so cool too. He was a nice guy, and I didn't know Tom or Michael yet, but they were all like part of this little garage that they called the Lost Park or something. I never even knew, never seen it, never been there, but they kind of came to help teach, or I don't know what was going on. I was too young. I was like fucking 18 or something, and I was all of 18. Like I was not literally all there for as far as you know, I was a very rammy kid. And they just took me in, man. Like, I mean, they really meant, I was my mentors, you know, all of them. I mean, I learned from every single one of those guys. I didn't really have, you know, a lot of coaching. We had tough guys that had the will to do it without anybody telling them to do it. Matt Thornton was a great mentor, a guy to look up to. I mean, it's just like God to us. I mean, for me, I was looking up to Matt Thornton going, fuck, that guy is my worst fear, like so scared of that guy, like 6'8" with like steel toe boots and and a stick, back when we do that shit. And I'm like, man, I mean, he's really inspirational, really got me to want to do all of this. And he really took it to the next level. I mean, really pushed me, to be better. I didn't even get to train directly with Matt all the time because they were Portland guys in Seattle or Salem, and I was a Beaverton. But I would go with Tom to the Portland gym on the weekends, and then go to the Salem gym with Tom, and Tom would just take me. I didn't have a car, and friends dropped me off at the gym, and I didn't have any money, so I was good enough to trade like kickboxing lessons in the beginning. I taught for kickboxing for Key, and then I couldn't get enough, so I'd go to my mom's, and I matted out my mom's garage, had all my friends, had another gym basically, just like a secret gym, and whatever I would learn at the gym or whatever we were working on at Beaverton, I would just make everybody work on at my garage, and we would just train, and we were only training for urban warfare. Yeah. I have a couple that train now, Ricky and Jason Sather, and both of them are still blue belts to this day, but I mean, shoot, and it was just a closed little small group, but it was awesome, man. And that's kind of what really did it, was liberating, was coaching for me, was seeing the progress, seeing like just bring out that confident person inside, that way in life you're better, and you become a better person, to just the stranger that you walk next to, you go home, you're a better father, you're a better, boyfriend or husband or son or whatever, like that's just, it makes you better. And the peers that jiu-jitsu attracts usually are really solid people, just jiu-jitsu. I mean, I'm not speaking for the whole thing like MMA or anything, but just jiu-jitsu, I think it attracts like such a good like person, like those people that stick it out, everybody kind of learns from everyone, counsels everyone, and you guys, everybody kind of, the camaraderie really grows your confidence. I mean, a lot of these guys really have a lot of credit to give to Matt Thornton. I mean, they just won't. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck their problem is, but he's one of the greatest, that's ever came. That's why I'm here. I mean, he inspired me. He inspired Tom. He inspired Michael. And no matter what anybody says, like, that guy brought it to all of us and made us do it in a way that made us tougher than everyone else, by accident, by tricking us. Like we were all like, Wassam says, we were all just young and we were impressionable and like, and true, right? But that's what makes good students too, right? An empty glass, right? I mean, if we're gonna go in there and contradict the whole thing and be like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't do this, well, fuck out of here, then you're not gonna be any good. But Matt really was setting the pace, and I mean, like everybody that did go, and I mean, this destroyed everybody around here. I mean, nobody had a chance, and for whatever reasons, I mean, shoot, everything went in different directions. But I still wish I could get over there to Matt's just to listen to him talk. I mean, he's a great coach, great teacher, probably one of the best that I've ever sat and listened to. Howder, great to listen to. Chris Howder, I mean, that's another long story of inspiration. I mean, soon as I met that guy, I just wanted to be just like him. Like, he's cool, man. He had this hair, it was like kind of like bleached a little bit. He's like surfer, white dude. Like, he talked real cool, and that, to me, that character was like really got me into jiu-jitsu. That's what made me want to I was like, man, he does this cool stuff, like inverted stuff, and I didn't know none of it had any names back then, and I don't really think there was any names, and whatever. But yeah, Chris really inspired me. I mean, I'm fortunate to get all my belts from Chris, all of them, blue, purple, brown, black, and it was just all always such a great thing. I remember like when Kesuke first started and like, you know, he was just quiet and he didn't say anything, to him being that guy, to when a tough guy came into the gym and then Kesuke would go there and freaking bust him up. You know what I mean? And it was like, all right, now I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
It was like so good that there's someone else to do it. And Kesuke, same way, quiet, not me. I'd freaking talk to him and tell him, I'll just want to triangle you again, triangle you again. You know what I mean? And then they never come back. Maybe that wasn't good, but it was always just really stupid people anyway. I won't name names, but just they were being dumb. Like, why are you gonna come to a gym and dojo storm a gym? What for? Are you that kind of douchebag, right? Like, serious. I mean, back then it was just a unique time. The pilgrimage here felt like, I mean, we didn't have it handed to us, you know. It was good in a way. I think it was really good in a way that we didn't have a cookie cutter to follow, you know. Like, we were just a bunch of fucking dudes that really wanted to do it. You know, we all wanted to do it so bad, and we didn't have no black belts, no blue belts, not even a blue belt to teach us. We just beat the shit out of each other and do what we thought was gonna work, and the personality came out more. And you know, you just got to go through those years of pain. And that's why I like jiu-jitsu. I was like, fuck that, I'm over this already. You know, so yeah, I had fun, man. I'm having fun, and now I just want to coach, and I'm really into the coaching aspect, rolling with some of my people that I like Armand. I really enjoy. I can't ever make it. He's kids. I mean, his fucking life is so busy, man. I mean, I'm sure if it would just be a freaking too good to be true if all of us could be in one gym again. You know what I mean? Like, I really, and it's cool. Like Eric Lohr, he's been coming to noon class. It's really nice. I got guys from all over that come, you know, and visit me and train, and it's great. That makes me feel good. And I go to Chapman. I call Chapman whenever I need some advice, really, to think, you know, like I get really like in my own head and I don't know what to think of something. And then so I'll call like Michael and I'll be like, dude, so what do you think about this? And he does the same thing. Like, if something's really on his mind and he'll call me and be like, so, and then we'll be on the phone for an hour, and it's like, you know, we don't see each other very often, but we're still, I know, at least for me, I still think of him like all the time, you know. And like, how would Michael deal with this? You know, like, we're different people, like way different. Like, he's so different than me, but that's why I think we never hung out, but for some reason, like, I always reflect to like what Michael would always think. Like, I always asked him for advice, you know, when I was younger. It's just great to have those kind of people, you know, even though we have different schools. And even Matt, like, I really enjoy, like, if I ever get to run into Matt, like, I just like to talk to him, say hi to him, and, you know, and because he gave us a lot, you know, like, he freaking did so much. I mean, it was so cool, like, man, to be a part of that straight blast, you know, in the beginning. That was like the best days. I met Wassam, one of my best friends to this day. I mean, shit. I mean, you know, just that alone, Michael, and getting to know all those guys, and the mentality that Matt kind of gave us too, you know, just real tough mentality, and then we got a technical mentality from Chapman, and then a very, very, you know, Tom, all of those guys gave me such great tools, you know. Tom always made me rethink things, like, you know, he would hold me accountable for things and kind of make me, you know, hey, why are you late? And like, where have you been? You know, yeah, I fell off for a week or something. What the hell, man? You know, and he'd give me that guilt trip in a good way, make me feel bad in a good way, and to get me to come back in and stay focused, because I was really not focused.